Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki. And today, I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable. And please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. What's up, Naughty Crew? And we're back. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? I hope everybody is enjoying their day off. If you're off, I wish I was off, but it is slow today at work. So I decided to jump on here a little early for the lunchtime rundown. So hopefully I can take a nice nap on my lunch, okay? Your girl be pushing hard. Your girl be pushing hard. So please, as everyone's loading up in the room, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and share my content on your different social media platforms or however you share via text, whatever. All these things help the channel to grow. Also, donations are definitely appreciated. Please support the channel because YouTube is robbing us all, robbing us blind, okay? So please, I beg you, support $1, a quarter, anything is appreciated. All helps with the growth of the channel. We looking to upgrade the equipment this year. The donations go towards like subscriptions and things like that. So that's just a little brief breakdown of what we use any monies that are gained and donated by the Naughty Crew. So I appreciate you all joining me this afternoon. Please make sure you subscribe to my backup channel. We're trying to get monetized over there, Naughty Crew Live Podcast. I always forget to copy the link and leave it in the chat, but you can type it in, it comes up. All right. All right. So let's get into some trending topics in honor of President's Day. And shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for taking this poll. Oh, of course. Of course, my phone rings. It's been quiet all morning. All right. One second, guys. I'll be right back. They hung up. That's my favorite type of calls. So, in honor of President's Day, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. Drop one good reason why Joe Biden should do another term. And what I found hilarious about this are the comments. And we won't get into it, Naughty Crew, because y'all know I like to clown around. So, Megan James posted, can't think of one. The Lady Veet says, because the alternative could mean world destruction, that's not an exaggeration. Oh, this person saying same as the last time to keep Trump out. So this person decided to drop a checklist: approved PPP and stimulus packages, student loans forgiven, 6 million jobs created, unemployment rate dropped from 6.2% to 3.9%. Unemployment has been near its lowest level since 1969. Economic legislation passed. Lowest child poverty rate. 5 million Americans have newly gained health insurance. Reduced hunger dropped by 32%. More judges confirmed to lower federal courts. More Black women appointed to U.S. Court of Appellate or of Appeals. Climate investment, clean water, cleaner cars, most diverse administration in history, most women, people of color, disability, LGBTQ plus, first generation American, and first generation college graduates. Signed Papal safety bill and made Juneteenth a federal holiday. Ended the Iraq War, ensuring Black homeowners get full value of their homes, protecting Black Americans' access to housing by combating housing discrimination, assisting Black landowners in resolving title issues, launched an initiative to cut junk fees, and lowering prescription drug costs. And the list goes on. Do y'all agree with that list? I'm sure people can think of a ton of things. I know my most pressing issue is the immigration situation. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I don't feel safe. I feel like I need to get armed. I feel like I need to work on getting my license. No, what, James? No, to what? That checklist? Sorry, guys. The sun is like really, really bright in the afternoon. The sun moves backwards in the afternoon. So the sun porch is lit up. So yeah, that person had a whole checklist as to why he wants Biden in office. This person said send him to the nursing home ASAP. This person said goodbye Biden. This person said because he's not Donald Trump. This person says I don't have a single reason. Let that man step down. This person says he shouldn't let's bring back Uncle Trump now. Thump Baker says, is that a trick question? The way the cost of living is, nah, we don't want him back. Yeah, it's expensive out here. What do you think? What do you think, Naughty Crew? James says no. Chicago, New York Blacks are going homeless. They are. The homeless epidemic is out of control. I have to say that. But I pose the question, Naughty Crew, is Trump the better option? Considering the things that he did while he was in office, the insurrection and things like that. All right, let's do some good news. Let me see. I can't believe they made DJ Khaled brand ambassador of the Biggie bags for Wendy's. Crazy. I thought I had this story. All right, let's get into Tammy Rivera, former Love and hip hop star. She is speaking out. There were some rumors going around that her daughter, Charlie, and shout out to the Jasmine brand for this article. Trump did warn us. I agree with you there. He warned us about building the wall. Nobody wanted to listen to him. On that note, he was definitely right. So Tamara Rivera denies daughter Charlie's claims that she's engaged and pregnant. Please don't ask me that crazy ish no more. Charlie deletes her Instagram account. And I thought I had a video of Tammy, but she's speaking out after her daughter Charlie claims she's engaged and pregnant, and Charlie's Instagram account is no longer active. In one video shared on Sunday, Charlie Rivera told her friends on Instagram Live, "I'm married," as she flashed a ring on camera. When asked about details regarding her mystery fiance, she replied, "Mind your business." Charlie also added, "Y'all seen my pregnancy announcement?" In another video, Charlie said, in part, "Are y'all ready for the wedding?" She's also made the comment 2025, which appeared to elude the alleged wedding date. Then Charlie showed her stomach poked out and explained, "I can't even poke my stomach like how I did in the picture because she poked her stomach." This is stupid. You know, a lot of these celebrity stars, they do stuff just to trend and for clout. And I thought I had Tammy's posting. Y'all know people will do anything for clout. Anything for clout. They do. They'll do anything to trend. Look at Keisha Cole doing it, okay? All right, Keisha, you better get with your girl Monica. Mm-hmm. Monica having a hard time over there, chill. I can't find it, but Tammy debunked it, and I was just like, okay, Tammy. All right. Charlie always. She a little on the goofy side, if you ask me. Up next, let's get into MSNBC host Joy Reid speaking on racial discrimination in Black America and dealing with that we dealing with today. Excuse me, I misspoke. Since we on the words of politics, so let's hear what she has to say. I tend to like Joy Reid's point of view. All right, shout out to the neighborhood talk.
Before, but what is it like to see it in such? You put it all together and see the way that Black people through time have been treated. And there was a quote by James Baldwin, who was a friend of Medgar's, a famous quote from 1961, where he said, "To be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage almost all of the time."
Yeah.
And has it changed that much? I mean, if you're aware and you see injustice and you wonder, how does it continue? And it either directed against the Black community or the double standard where white people in power, like Donald Trump, are treated vastly different than everyone else.
I mean, to be a Black person in, 2024 in America is to be in a state of complete perplexed confusion about what is wrong with a country that hates your history, to this day can't admit even the basics of what was done to your ancestors, can't accept any responsibility for the lack that has carried through the entirety of the existence of you in this country and think 60 years of relative freedom is enough. Now, Blacks, please get out of Harvard. Now, Blacks, you can't get any more loans. You can't even give each other loans of $20,000 unless you give white men who get 99% of funding for their businesses. We want 100. And to find out that literally Barack Obama's 2 terms as president are your reparations, and Juneteenth, which you already celebrated anyway, is your reparations. And yet you built this country. You literally physically built this country. And yet the attitude toward you from a lot of your peers and your fellow citizens is just shut up and be grateful. And it's infuriating, and that is why James Baldwin is my favorite writer. He is the greatest writer in American history. But he's speaking a truth that still exists, and he's been long gone, but it's still true.
I know you know the history before, but what is it like to see it in such?
I think she put it into terms in a great way. Like, that's what is going on. They just want us to forget about it and erase what has happened to us. And that they caused us generational trauma by what they did to our people. Y'all let me know what your thoughts are. Do y'all agree with Joy Reid? But I just thought it was just elegant. I just thought it was very well put together, the way she said that. They don't want to be held accountable for what they did to our people once we got over here. They don't want to be accountable. They want to sweep it under the rug, That's why I was happy about down south. What's the show? Southern Charm. It's a show on Bravo. And I was so happy they finally integrated that show. First, they started the New Orleans chapter of Southern Charm, which had African American people on it. But they finally, the original one, they implemented Black cast members. And the first thing they did was held them accountable, because a lot of those kids are the result of their family name is based on slave history, slave mentality. A lot of them still own those plantations that our ancestors picked cotton from and picked tobacco from and things like that. So I was just so excited when that show took a turn and they held them accountable, and they had a whole gathering and such to get all those statues removed, because it's a constant reminder of the slave masters that used to violate our people, and taking a stand. So I really feel like we need to continue to have conversations like this so that accountability can be had. Exactly. And that's a good point, James. The U.S. has no money for reparation, yet giving millions to the migrants in other countries. Juneteenth for Asians get a hate bill. Like, what about our hate bill? Crimes are committed against our people on a daily basis. It's just, we're just tired as a people of being looked over. But I just think we need to, instead of, we can't lead with hate. We need to start having honest conversations with the verbiage that Joy Reid is using. I don't know. What do y'all think? I just think we need to continue to talk about it. Shout out to Neighborhood Talks for gathering this article. And look at Joy with her blonde hair. Okay, honey. She said, I'm blonde. She's been working with MSNBC for a long time, but I thought it was well put. They don't like to be accountable for they put us through, period. Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign's Vultures one debuts at #1 on the Billboard charts. Congratulations to them. I'm telling you, and watch Kanye go silent. Anytime he has an album trending, he pulls the same thing. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talks. nobody sees the patterns. I pay attention to the patterns. But Kanye has a following, so he is always gonna get the numbers in. He's always going to get the numbers in. How y'all feeling about Glorilla new song? It's still trying to grow on me. If Biden wins, it's over for us. Wow, James got some strong viewpoints on the politics. Up next, I want to get into Maya, right? Because Maya, she's a classic. She's throwback. You know, I always like Maya. Seeing her perform in Jamaica at Sumfest. Yes. Okay, she did that. But Maya, she's an R&B singer. She could dance, and she also acts. So she recent and shout out to R&B as music, I guess it's called. They had an interview with her, R&B singer Maya speaks on why she walked away from mainstream music industry, and she's been consistent through the years. But let's hear what she got to say.
Career. This is what I did. I said, no, I'm good. Thank you. No, thank you. Okay, so sometimes that doesn't translate as far as what you are allowed to have, what you have access to. You will be blackballed. You will be talked about. You will be shitted on. You will be rumored about. But you have to stand strong on what you don't care for. It's not that serious to me, you know, if I have to sell my soul. And people will still try to manipulate, you know, the perception of you regardless. But as long as you can go to bed at night and look in the mirror and be happy and say, thank God, you know, I've been kept. I'm still solid on who I am as a person.
You say so guarded within your career.
I love it. I love it. Maya, she stands in her truth. She knows her worth. She's always known her worth. And I respected her for preserving herself rather than to sell herself out. And, and now she's still here to tell the story. Okay.
You know? And I have people to take care of. So I don't have time to play games, time to be on drugs, time to be on alcohol, you know, trying to put a Band-Aid over stuff that I can't live with. So my best bet is to empower yourself, get educated, and try to make it happen. It may be a process, but no person deserves to have an ultimatum over them.
Yeah.
For fame or for glory, because it's not glory at all.
I mean, and I just think it's not right that you even have to choose between your art and fame, and that you have to sacrifice like your moral standings in order to get fame. But it's the importance of knowing your worth and standing in that and not letting anyone or anything compromise you.
Did you ever feel like you were blackballed?
You know, I don't like to make excuses like that. I don't like to be bitter. I know what I feel. And when I feel negativity and when I feel bullshit and when I feel ultimatums coming my way, I gotta maneuver elsewhere, you know? So I don't give it the time of day to say, oh, I was blackballed. Oh, you know, it's because of you that no, I don't make excuses. I just know what doesn't feel good, and I just don't work with those entities, and I just don't work with those energies or allow them in my life, you know? So
I mean, the music industry is a crooked place, as we all know. We got people calling them out all over it on all different levels. We went over Tiffany Red this morning, how she called out how the songwriters are treated in the industry. But Maya chose to take a high road. She didn't like she said, she didn't point fingers. She didn't try to bring anyone down. She just walked her truth. And I spoke to this morning. They can make all the rumors they want. That doesn't mean you have to respond. You understand? Because if there's no truth to it, it'll die out fast. It'll die out easily. But she's performing still, though. Maya looks good. She's performing still. Here we go. And she's moving on her own terms, and I love it. Shout out to Concert Film. Go ahead, Maya. She still looks good. She didn't throw her life away on alcohol and drugs. I think, just for example, to compare, look at her as opposed to Tiara Marie. Hey, Corey. Tiara Marie is alleged that she is the Jane Doe in the lawsuit against Diddy. But she's been passed around. She got very bad alcohol problem. And she still, after doing all of that, she still doesn't really have much of a career, So, like, is it really worth it? That's why you got to have independent thinking when you're in situations like that. And I think Maya she comes from a very solid family. And that's why she was able to be strong enough to walk away. If it means you have to sacrifice your soul and your moral grounding, it's not worth it. You gotta be able to look yourself in the mirror, like Maya said, and look at her. She's still looking good. She's here to see another day. So I just wanted to highlight that, But you know what I respect about Maya? She's not whistleblowing. She's not pulling a Christian Keys. She's standing in her decision. That's all. She's still performing though. You remember her from Teen Summit. Yeah. But mommy, I always liked Maya. But whenever you see artists, all of a sudden they be at the top and all of a sudden they disappear. You just have to know they decided not to give in to the pressures of the industry. Yeah, so shout out to Maya. Always loved her. She was a very talented girl. And when she left the scene, she was one of those people that I missed. People need to understand they be using alcohol and drugs to keep you sedated so they can take advantage of you. And as you all know, it's New York Fashion Week. Y'all know I love the fashion. And Stevie J and Mimi Foss' daughter was in the fashion show. So I have some footage. Shout out to her. This is her right here, the tall young lady. She's gorgeous. Thank God. I'm glad she looks good. She looks good. She was looking just like her father there for a minute. And now it looks like she's taking on Mimi. More her looks now. But congratulations to her. Go girl. Go girl. She ripped the runway. And Stevie was there like a proud dad should. I'm glad he treats one of his daughters halfway decent. Eva. That's her name, Eva. So good for her. Yeah, she's an independent artist too. Thank you for pointing that out. We're talking about Maya, and she has a big following in Europe. Usually do. Just like Kelly Rowland. Her following is bigger overseas than it is in the United States. Oh, and she has a wine line. So she invested properly. All right, Corey feels like she needs a one-way coach. Proud parents. Stevie J, go sit down. You just had that girl out here dragging you. All right, we got Candy speaking on Portia returning to Roa.
Want your take on Portia coming back? Are we?
I already knew Portia was coming back.
Oh,
She and I had already talked. We had both, had discussed that we both was like trying to figure out what we wanted to do. So I already knew she was coming back. And a lot of people, were acting like I had to leave for her to come back. And that wasn't the case. Bravo, production, they were, trying to get us both to come back. So it wasn't an either or situation. I'm happy for Portia and I'm excited for what she has coming next. I'm excited for all the girls, Yeah.
Who do you think who else should come back?
You said who else should come back? You mean from the past or current? They gotta have Kenya Moore.
I know, right?
They gotta have Kenya Moore.
They need to have Kenya Moore.
You gotta haveEnya Moore. I mean,
right.
I'm just gonna put that there.
We're gonna put that there, Bravo. You better be listening to us.
But I think we're pretty safe. I think she's gonna come.
I will say though, Cynthia said that maybe Phaedra can come back now that you are gone. I mean, look at her face.
I'm not there, so they got to do what they want to do, right? As long as I'm not there, I don't care.
You're like, I am staying out of that. I want your take.
All right, shout out to the Jasmine brand for this footage. Candy is never ever gonna get over what Phaedra did to her. Period. Iro, yes, she's never gonna get over it. I mean, at what point do you forgive the situation? But I think the reason why she won't forgive because the things that Phaedra plotted, which was in revenge for them helping Apollo, could hurt. It could hurt Candy's businesses. So, but Apollo and Todd were friends. Like, I don't even see why Phaedra was mad at Candy for that. Maybe she felt like Candy should have told her. But now Apollo is supposed to make an appearance on the Married to Medicine reunion with Phaedra. It's just weird and confusing. Hey, Curves. Happy President's Day. Happy President's Day. But you know what? Let Candy take a break. Give Phaedra a chance to come back. It is what it is. All right. So Kenyan comedian Elsa Majimbo, she's described a time when she met Naomi Campbell. Now, let me tell you, Naomi Campbell has a reputation as being a rebel in the industry. Okay? I'm hoping now that she's a mother, she has evolved out of that nasty mean girl phase. But the modeling industry creates monsters. I'm sorry. But let's hear what she had to say. She recounts her first time meeting Naomi Campbell. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for this footage. Here we go.
So, in December 2021.
And she's gorgeous, by the way. Her skin, gorgeous.
No, in December of 2020, Naomi was coming to Nairobi to do some shopping. She was on holiday, but on a remote place. So she was in Nairobi doing shopping. And I texted her and she told me she's in Nairobi. So I was so excited to meet her. She was the first celebrity I was ever going to meet. Guys, I was through the roof. She texted me, she was like, hey, I'm here. She texted me the location. I went directly. I went with my brother. So my brother and I, we met her, we did some shopping. And as we're shopping, she's like, oh, the plane that's taking us back actually has couple more seats. Do you and your brother want to join us on holiday? Hell yes. So I was like, oh, that would be so lovely. But I texted my dad, I said, hey, get the car ready. I'm coming to the house. We are going to the airport in an hour to meet Naomi Campbell so she can take me on vacation. So we go on vacation. We had like a very nice vacation. Naomi took care of me. So in December of 2020, Naomi was coming to Nairobi to do some shopping. The whole entire time, we were staying on the beach, we're doing this, and then like this, that, eating, just having fun, what people do on vacation. And this one time we were on the beach, Naomi was like, oh, we should do a documentary, a film about you live in Kenya. And I was like, oh yeah, that's fantastic. She introduced me to a couple of people in Hollywood. It was so lovely. So a couple of people, she was on vacation, were coming to Nairobi after the vacation. They were staying at the Kempinski. So I went to see them at the Kempinski when the whole thing was over. So I went, I sat down with them. I was talking to one of them, and one of them was like, oh, it's so, like, how did you meet Naomi? And I was like, oh no, I texted her on Instagram, blah, blah. And she was like, oh yeah, she told us like she made you and she built you and she made your career. And I was like, what? No, that's not what happened. And I was like, you mean like helped me and like promoted me? And she was like, no, like what you have is because of her. And I was like, oh yeah, no, that didn't happen. The whole entire time. It is very important you remember that part later. Okay, so time goes by. March 2022. We have jumped into March 2022. I get a phone call. My phone is ringing. Naomi Campbell. Oh, so I pick up. I'm like, hey, sis, like, how are you? How are you doing? And she's like, Elsa, how dare you? Oh, so I'm in shock, right? I'm in shock. I don't know what's going on. So let me tell you what happened, the context of this phone call. So I had just finished the previous year, I had done a documentary on my life, about bullying, about growing up with colorism, all these things, about comedy, where I fell in love with comedy. So the film was debuting at Tribeca Film Festival, and someone from Tribeca asked Naomi if she's coming, and Naomi thought the film happened. It is very important you remember that part later. Okay. Was the film she had suggested to me on the beach about me leaving Kenya. So I was like, no, that's not what it's about. I tried explaining to her, and then she was like, I'll sue you for the rights of this movie, and you know I'll win, right? So I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm telling you, it's not about that. So I tell her, let me call you
Bully much
tomorrow. And she asked me, like, why didn't you tell me when I told you at the beach? And I was like, you're Naomi Campbell. You know, like, I was starstruck. Like, it took me very long to like process that moment. And I was like, I'll call you tomorrow. So the next day I had a flight. The flight I was taking from Botswana to Ghana, where I met that guy, actually. That's the time I was taking that flight. So I was supposed to call her the next day, but it was a 22-hour flight. And in Ethiopia, there was no service. So I couldn't call her. So I called her the day after. Immediately, I landed in Ghana. So she's the first person I called. I'm like, hey, blah, blah. Like, are you free to talk? And she tells me, you were supposed to call me tomorrow. You were supposed to call me yesterday. You didn't call me home. Was the film she had yesterday, which she was very right about. And she said, I have the Met Gala. And she was like, this is the last time I'm speaking to you. Have a nice life. And she hung up, which I was very saddened by the situation, right? But I was like, if that's how she truly feels, because I respect people's space. So I was like, if that's how she truly feels, fine, it's okay. So I let it go. So after that, like a few months, things started going very badly for me. Things started going haywire. And I didn't think it was, I thought it was because of the situation, let me not lie. But I was like, also it can be stress. So I was like, let me go. Because also having someone like Naomi Campbell not liking you in the industry is not a good thing. So I went to her, I apologized. I'd already apologized when the situation had happened, but I went and I apologized again and again. I tried calling her, I tried texting her. And then one day she just texted me and she was like, stop calling me. I have a child to take care of. So after that yesterday, which she was very, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I started drinking. That's why I even quit alcohol. I started drinking. I started drinking a lot. Yeah. And then, because I wasn't sure why things were going so wrong and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then a few months later, I met Edward Enifo at a party, and Edward Enifo is one of, oh my goodness, he's one of the people I adore the most. So I was like, oh my goodness, that's Edward. I have to go say hi. So I go, I'm like, hey, Edward, I'm such a big fan. And he looks at me. He's like, I know you. And then he said something that made me think the situation with Naomi was causing like some of the trials and tribulations I was currently going through. So I was like, you know what? I need to fix this. So I went to one of our mutual friends and I was like, hey, please, can you tell Naomi? Because I knew they were going on holiday together. So I was like, hey, can you please okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I started doing is tell Naomi to text me. And she was like, yeah, I'll make sure and blah, blah. So a couple of days went by, and then Naomi finally texted me, and she was like, yeah, I let that go a long time ago. I'm not one to hold a grudge. She sent me a very lovely text. She said, Happy New Year. So after that happened, this was the new year 2023. So after that happened, every single step I made, every single move I made, I told Naomi. Every single thing I did, I told Naomi. I would breathe. I tell Naomi whether she would reply or not. I would send her a message because I didn't want what happened to happen again. And after some time, after a few weeks, I called my mom and I was like, this isn't normal. This doesn't feel healthy. It kind of feels, it doesn't feel too nice. There's nothing healthy or normal about this. And I was like, I don't want to be in a situation like this. So after that, I just decided it is healthy to tell Naomi to text. Healthier for me to completely remove myself from the situation and get myself out. And you remember earlier when I said my friends said, the ones Naomi had introduced me to, when they said, oh, Naomi had made you. You remember when I say that? So I just want to acknowledge that and say that even through all this, right? Even through everything that happened, first of all, number one, obviously I played a part in it because I am part of this story. In any situation you are in, you play a part, you play a role. And I had my role, and I apologize for my role. And something else, when she said she made me, I'm not going to speak on that, but I will say that Naomi did give me a lot of credibility, especially when I first entered the industry. She gave me a lot of credibility. And that's not something that I can just say, oh, this happened and Naomi, blah, blah, blah. I can't say that. She did hold me healthier for me to introduce me to a lot of people. She made me feel special. She did a lot of things for me. So I wouldn't say she made me, but she did play a big role in a lot of the things that I did in that space during that time. So yeah, me and her, we're not friends, we're not enemies, we're not anything, just not really in association. So we're just strangers. Introduce me to a lot.
What the blood clot going? First of all, how many layers of moisture does one need? That's why her skin looks like that. Because she's like moisture, spray. Like, how many layers of notes did she load onto herself? This is my thoughts on it. If I have to do all of that and kiss someone's behind, I don't need you to introduce me to anybody. It's emotional extortion, if you ask me. And even still, after she forgiven her, she still felt the need to tell Naomi her every whim. No. Kurt said, right, bully much? She better be glad she didn't get a cell phone thrown at her head like Naomi Campbell's having. Exactly. A lot of moisture. I don't know, but I like it. You like all the moisture. Yeah, I just don't like that's how Hollywood operates though. You piss one person off, they'll blackball you and stuff like that. That's why I don't want to be part of Hollywood. I just want to make my own lane. Okay. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. I just felt like it was emotional extortion, and I don't owe anybody that much allegiance anywhere. Meanwhile, Naomi's hanging out with Blood Diamond Russian billionaires. Allegedly. I'm just saying. I don't need nobody's friendship that bad. Like, either you're gonna do what you do for me out of the kindness of your heart, or you could keep whatever favors. You can keep whatever favors you have. And I believe in making connections and rubbing elbows and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna kiss your ass forever for it. No. I mean, I wouldn't even apologize that much. I would have just made my own way and said F it. Happy birthday is in order to Toya. Their daughter Rain had a birthday party and she looked so cute. It was Michael Jackson theme, and I loved it because I even had this jacket. Hello. We celebrated my big girl birthday yesterday with the MJ party theme. So cute. This was all Rain Boo idea. She loves Michael Jackson. And I loved him too. And I had that same leather jacket, girl. You couldn't tell me nothing, Rain. You couldn't tell me nothing. She looked so cute. That's the Thriller jacket. Dorbs. I love it. That was a nice theme party. She's so cute. I thought that was a good idea. Corey said, that's Naomi. Yeah. She just want people to kiss her butt. That's why I stay away from people like that. Adele looks like she is planning a small wedding. She got her some dark meat, okay? So Adele Rich Paul reportedly planning a small wedding ceremony during her summer European tour, discussing having a baby via surrogate. So that's dope. I'm happy for her because she went through a really bad divorce and things like that. So she's 35 and Rich Paul, he's 42, and they want to tie the knot in a few months and are preparing to be parents together. That's dope. According to reports, sources close to the couple have revealed that the two are in talks of exchanging their vows. I say go with the small wedding. It's cheaper. Keep your money in your pocket, okay? Like, put the money into your surrogate. Rich Paul... according to, let me see, the events will be reporting in an adult upcoming European tour. This will reportedly be the first time since 2016 the Grammy winner has performed overseas, and she allegedly excited to show Paul where she grew up. Let's look up Rich Paul to see who he is, what he does. He's a CEO and founder of Clutch Sports Group. So he's in the sporting industry. He's co-head of the UTA Sports. He's a sports agent. So he's notably a client in American basketball player LeBron James, with whom he is also a longtime friend. So he manages LeBron James. Look, I wish them nothing but happiness, love, and success. I wish him nothing but happiness, love, and success. And hopefully she can get it right this time, you know? Sometimes you gotta try a couple of times. Oh boy, guys. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and end the show here. You know, we got Halle Bailey out here doing covers. Where's your music, Halle? Or is it Chloe? It's Chloe. Where's your music?
The smell of your perfume. I thought I was immune. Looking around this room.
I love this song. She said this song has been stuck in my head. Only right cover. I'm obsessed. She said it's made for me.
That's how I feel. Twin. Where have you been? Like you do, nobody gonna.
I like that song.
Get even deny it every time I try.
I like this song. You said as long as she don't wear any Bantu locks anymore. Are you talking about Adele or Chloe? Oh God. Oh, that sun is shining bright. I appreciate y'all joining me for the lunchtime rundown, but I'm gonna go take a quick snooze. Let me know. Let's leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think of these topics. All right. We got into President Biden and people wanting to know if he should be reelected. We got into the comments. It was like mixed. Well, for the most part, they're like, no, people are like, they ready for Trump. It was one person who gave a whole checklist of why Biden needs to be elected. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, a King Swag. He had a whole list of why Biden deserves another term. Oh, Adele. All right, so we got into that. We got into Tammy Rivera debunking rumors that Charlie, her daughter, is pregnant and getting married. Charlie is goofy. If you remember her from the show, she's just a goofy kid. That's it. That's just how she is. That's her personality. Who else did we get into? We got into Elsa Majimbo, who is a Kenyan comedian who gave her account about dealing with Naomi Campbell. We got into highlights of Rain, Toya Wright's daughter, or it's not right. Toya Rushing's daughter. Her birthday party. Adele. Leave it in the comments, Naughty Crew. I appreciate every last one of you joining me. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I am out. One.